What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Huband. If you're super new, I am a musician. I play a lot on TikTok and all this good stuff, and I'm very fortunate to have a Patreon. And today's video is all credit goes to Shay. She knows who she is. She's amazing. She's one of my Patreon supporters, and she wanted me to give an explanation behind a song that I wrote called My Burden. I'm very honored to have people interested in the explanations behind these songs, and without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it. First thing I want to cover is the musical aspect of things, because that's typically what I go through first when I'm writing a song, is I find something, I'm sitting down just messing with the guitar, and you find something musically that you like. And I'm a huge Dave Matthews fan, clearly, from my hat, and if you follow me on anywhere else, you know that I love Dave Matthews Band. And what I've learned from Dave Matthews is shapes, right? I don't know anything about music theory. I don't know anything about, the notes up and down the neck. I don't know anything about that other than like the super basic stuff like the G, C, D chords. And I do have my guitar right here. Let's see if I can get out right here. So I know D chord, G chord, A chord, that's all I know, but I do know shapes. So this little spider shape that shape works almost everywhere. The C shape works almost everywhere. E chord shape works almost everywhere. That's how I learned to play guitar. And then of course when you're playing Dave Matthews, you got all these weird shapes. You've got the like I said, the spider shape. You've got the 41 shape. And that shape finds itself in a lot of different songs. Captain, that's another cool thing about only knowing shapes too, is that they work. You can slide it up, it'll work. You can go up or down strings, left or right, they'll always work. So that's where I kind of was at, right? I was stuck on this shape. I was like, that sounds cool. And then all that is right next to each other. So that's really where the music came from, right? That's how I know a lot of that might be anticlimactic, but that's how it, came about. You just sit in a room, mess with the guitar, and then you find something that you like, and then one thing leads to another, and you have a bunch of stuff written out, and it comes together nicely. The next part that I did want to cover was lyrically. Obviously, lyrically, I'm heavily inspired by Dave Matthews as well, but I also really love Radiohead, and that's where a lot of this song came from, was a Radiohead vibe. Like, one of my favorite albums of all time is In Rainbows, and it's kind of hard to pick a favorite song off that album, but a really good song from that album is Nude. And the whole idea that I get from that song is like, right when you feel like you're about to achieve something, it takes one more step away. And that idea intrigued me, and that made me self-reflect and like, well, how does that idea affect me? How can I relate that to something that I experience? And the unique part about this song, because if I just have the Dave Matthews guitar part and the Radiohead lyrics, it's not a song by me, it's a song by Dave Matthews and Radiohead. But the unique personal experience that I had from this, from that idea and into these lyrics, I have a friend at work. She's an amazing person. She's one of my close friends. She is one of those people that she can't sit still. She can't be alone. She can't sit still. She's always got to be doing something. She's always got to be with somebody. And one thing that she struggles with, I'm not going to say her name or anything because I don't want, but one thing that I think she struggles with is, being content and being happy, and happy in regards to what I was just explaining. Like, it's okay to have alone time. It's okay to for things to be quiet, and because of her inability to, accept that, she is willing to take anything you can get. And when you take anything you can get, you tend to find the worst stuff. So she came to me one time and we had like a heart to heart, and I literally came home and I was, like I said, I was messing with the guitar, and that's when I started stumbling across these lyrics. Because like I was saying, back to like, when you take whatever you can get, the simple things don't become more complicated. So like, say, and it can relate to anything. A lot of people jump to like, it's about love, or it's about like, finding a relationship, and it is part of it is that, but it relates to all portions of life. Like, I've known some of my best friends that aren't content with the job, and they just go from job to job to job to job, and it's like, man, I just want a good job. But when you take anything you can get, and your threshold for, consistency, and, when it's not high, or it's not like at least, a normal amount, then you are discontent with the simple things. And that logic can be applied to anything. So I'll jump into the lyrics now. Now that I'm 7 minutes into the video and I'm on the first lyric. The simplest things in life can be the hardest to find. The more I try, I feel like I'm falling away. It's basically what I just described, right? Like, it's like it picks at your brain, like, I want something so simple, but when you try so hard, it's like, I can't get it, and it like, it eats you alive, and I'll jump to the next lyric. There's things that you can't change. The more you engage, the less of you remains. It's like you're falling. The analogy that went into my head when I was writing these lyrics is like, when you fail at something that you want the first time, when you go into it the second, all right, I'm going to try again. When you go into the second time, there's not too much of a difference in like, your intensity, your drive, your, standards, your expectations. But when you fail the first time, and let's say you fail 100 more times, the difference between failing once and failing 100 times, you're a completely different person. Your will is tested, your drive is tested, and your standards have probably lessened. And, so like, the more that you keep picking at it, and sometimes letting go is the better thing to do. The more that you keep picking at it, the more you lose yourself as you keep going. And then the chorus was definitely about my friend, and about what we had talked about, in that when she opened her heart to me. I just need someone to help me sleep. This burden weighs down on me. If I could find peace of mind, then I would say you're lying. It's a lot of this song is a lot of griping. It's a lot of complaining. And obviously sometimes that's good to get it off your chest and whatnot. But a lot of times that can become unhealthy, and it can become a state of mind. And I think for my friend, that is what she slips into sometimes. And that's why, a lot of it just becomes a lot of just griping, and like, the problem can be right in front of you, but it's everyone else's fault but yourself. And until you see that self-reflection, it's kind of like you're falling, The third verse is a piggyback off of the second verse, the things that you can't change. And this is where you can hear that Radiohead leaking in. to the lyrics, especially from In Rainbows. There's things you can't change the more you stay engaged. It's the closer that you feel, the further you slip away. The Radiohead lyric that comes to mind is, now that you've found it, it's gone, and now that you feel it, it's not there anymore. Like that idea is what intrigued me and drove that third verse. And especially like I said, there's Radiohead riddled without all of these lyrics, but the guitar part is definitely Dave Matthews driven. And then it goes into the chorus again, and then it lands on this really cool switch, which I was really proud of, because when I look back at these lyrics, and even this is why I think a lot of the songs that I write don't age very well with me, where like I'll write it and I'll like it for a little bit, but then I'll be like, nah, that's too much complaining. No, that's too much of this. That's too much of that. But the reason I think this song I've liked it for so long, and that I think and it's stuck around, is the outro. I really, really like how, and I'm gonna add a link in the description if you're still with me. I'm gonna add a link to the description to there. I played this song live from a studio in Richmond, Virginia, and it was really fun. And it's on YouTube, and I'm gonna add it to the description. But the outro to this song was one of my favorite outros that I've ever written, because the whole song is like I was saying, it's griping, complaining, and almost blaming other people. I just can't get what I want. I just can't find this simple thing. But then it kind of opens up to it's really not so bad kind of thing, like out of this really bad situation that I'm in, I can take it out and make something of it. It's all about what you make of it. And the lyrics for the outro kind of change, because I don't because I just kind of make them up, but the ones that have stuck are, out of the darkness there's a brand new thing, let's fly away with mended wings, don't cry, it'll be all right. And then they're just kind of riddled in there. And that is really what sums up this song, is like, we can all sit here and wallow in our own self-pity, because like I said earlier, that can sometimes be a healthy thing. But a lot of times, the difference has to come with what you make of it. If you just sit there and sit in it, then you're gonna, the whole song, my burden, this thing that I just can't achieve. But if you climb out of it and make something of it, that's where progress is made. And that's where it's like, all right, quit complaining, get a move on it. And my friend does that too. She is, I look up to her in a lot of ways. She's somebody who definitely deals with a lot more than what anyone else should deal with. She takes it on to the chin, and she moves on, and she smiles, and she listens, and she's an awesome person to work with and to have as a friend. So that is what sums up this song, right? So I wanted to go over the switch really quick, because the whole song is super sad sounding. And then it blossoms up. There's more breath in between the, it's more simple. It's just two chords. And then it kind of just dies down. So I know that's probably not like the most entertaining thing to watch, but like from a music perspective, I thought that was really cool to go from like the super gamey and like technical to just open and happy. And one of my favorites, well, my favorite song of all time is The Stone. And I think that's a song that if you listen to any of my music, a lot of times you'll find me trying to have a sad song that goes to happy, then back to sad, happy, sad, because I am always chasing the stone in that regard. It's like I'll always love being able to invoke an emotion of like, yeah, it's bad, but here's maybe some hope, or here's maybe some joy, and then back to, sad and whatnot. That is like, that for some reason, that is my favorite style of writing, sound, and like mission when it comes to songwriting, is being able to invoke more than just one emotion. Because it's easy, it's not always, I say it's easy, but it's not always easy, but like, it's definitely easier to just sit there and write a super sad song and just be like, boom, it's all sad. And I do that sometimes too, because they have their place, but it's really hard to make someone feel sad. Or I wouldn't say songs ever make me feel sad. Sad songs are almost, they make me feel comfort. Because like, if I'm sad, I'm going to listen to a sad song and make me feel better. If I'm happy, I'm going to listen to a happy song and make me feel even, happier. So like, sad songs, like being able to make someone go from like here and then, bring them up and then maybe bring them back down and then back up, is just so powerful to me. And that's what I try to do that all the time in my songwriting. But I hope I covered everything. I think I got the musical side of things, I got the lyrical side of things, I got the personal aspect to it. I got some of the boring, switches and stuff like that out of it as well. But if you have any more questions, let me know. If you're still here and you are new, then I applaud you. I appreciate the support, especially from Shay. She's one of my awesome Patreon members. Follows me on TikTok, in my lives every day. I really do appreciate it, and I am looking forward to doing another one of these. It was pretty fun, I am very low tech, so I wanted to keep it as if we were like almost chatting. I don't like the edits and all that now. I just like setting a camera up and talking, because it's just easier, and I like to focus on what I like. I think that's pretty, respectable. We all kind of do that. I like playing guitar and I like writing. I really don't like social media and all that stuff, but they made it easy enough to where I can literally just put the phone up, put record, and go. So if you're still here, I appreciate it. I go live on TikTok all the time. I'm going to add a link to this song, My Burden, in the description. And if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member and wanting me to do another song explanation, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. And I have stuff out on Spotify. I have Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen to music, I'm there under Jeremy Hugh Band. And I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys the next time.